How's it going, guys? My name is Edge and welcome to my 3D Minecraft building structure tutorial thingy. This is going to be my first upload on Scumbag Studios, which is a new channel that I'm starting up with some friends. But you'll probably hear more about that on my personal channel and theirs as well. So make sure you go subscribe to them, subscribe to this new channel. So what we're going to do on here today is show you guys how to make cool 3D models in Minecraft. Now, it is a time-consuming process, and this tutorial is tailored for Windows 7 only. I'm sorry if you're not on Windows 7, then I can't really help you out right now. But for you on Windows 7, here you go. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to come to the download link. Sorry, I don't want to go on there. Go to the download link in the description. This will take you to the new Mega Upload file host, where you will download all the materials you will need. So you want to take that link there that's in the description, and then you want to copy this little line right here called decryption key, and you want to paste that into this little box here. Click I agree with the terms of service, and you want to download that. Once you've got that downloaded, you want to drag that over to your desktop, and this is literally just all the things that you're going to need to do your binvoxing. What binvoxing is, it basically turns a 3D model, a 3D structure, or a character, or whatever you find in 3D, and makes it into little cubes. And obviously, if it's little cubes, we can create it in Minecraft really easily. So you want to get this, and you want to extract it right here, and you'll get this file right here. So I'm just delete that. I'm not going to need it. And I'm not going to teach you guys how to do just doing it with a command prompt. I will leave a link to a tutorial in the Minecraft Wikipedia on how to do it using these softwares like by command prompt. But for now, I'm just going to teach you guys how to use the auto binvox feature, which I've included in this package. So the first thing you want to do is open up the README. I've just written this up, and you will see a quick how to use. If you want to start watching the tutorial, you just want to get on with it, there's a quick little how to use right here. And here's some little links to find 3D models. So the first thing you will need is a 3D model. So say you went to one of these sites, so I'll just copy that, bring this back over here, and say copy that in there, and you'll find a lovely little website called the Free 3D Models. And the best format to use for this process is a .object file. So you want to find .object file, just search for some, and just look around until you find one you like the look of. And there's obviously there's a massive range of things you could do. You could do a complete remodel of that. You could do Boba Fett, like there's one there. There's an Eiffel Tower. There are loads and loads and loads of opportunities. Like for example, there's a nice Alduin render that you can find like right here. And literally didn't want to click that advertisement. Any one of these will work perfectly. So let's say we're going to do this one. I've already got it downloaded and I've got it in a folder down here because I'm currently doing a recreation of it. So you want to get one of your objects that you've downloaded, and you just want to extract it to your desktop or extract it, put it in a folder somewhere you can find it, and you want to go into the auto binvox folder. And in here, you'll find this folder called input output. And what this is you will put your 3D models in, and this will be also where you find your output files. So anything that you create into a model, this is where you'll find it. So what you want to do is input output, you want to open that folder and drop the object you want to binvox into that, or want to voxelize I should say. You'll back out into the binvox program, click executables, and you'll find these three files. These two are command prompt files, and this is a batch file made by a guy called Tomato. And basically what he's done is made a little batch file to make this easier, so you don't have to write anything into command prompt yourself. The batch file will do it for you. But you'll need these two programs, which are included in this folder that you will downloaded, and you also need this, which is a library for OpenGL. This is a utility download, but you will need it. So make sure you leave it in the file with those. So you want to double click the batch file, and this will open the input output folder that I just had open a second ago. You want to drop only one at a time object into there, and you can see here it tells you the supported file types in order of priority, but you just want to go with object because it's the best one. And if you have, like for example, a 3ds file from 3ds Max, and you want to make that into some kind of statue, if you open up the auto binvox readme, I have left a link to a program called MeshLab, which will let you convert files to object files. Makes it a lot easier on you. So once you've got a file sat in the input output folder, you want to click any key, and now this is one of the most important bits. What the whole process does is it converts a 3D model into little cubes. And obviously if it's a cube form, it's going to lose resolution, but it'll let us build it in Minecraft. So I'll show you guys three examples. So if I wanted to make it 64 blocks long, this will make the longest dimension of this model 64 blocks. So for example, on an Alduin render, the longest, who's a dragon, the longest distance is going to be from the tip of his tail to his mouth. So if I made this 64 blocks long, and it says, do you want to preview this in Binvox? I hit yes. and it will render it out. And obviously that is dragon shaped, but it's not very well detailed. You know, it's not particularly eye-catching. You can tell what it's supposed to be, but it's not very good. But there's the 64 blocks from tip to tail. So we don't want to do it 64 blocks because that's not really long enough. So we'll just delete that file, come back into the executables, run the batch file, and the maximum we can make it is 255. So if we did 255, this is going to give us the highest level of detail. So view in Binvox, yes, you want to view it in Binvox, and there you go. You can see my PC is already lagging trying to just pan around this thing, but it looks the same size in this program. But you gotta remember that from tip to tail, instead of being 64 blocks, that is now 255 blocks long. So this is kind of a massive render. But you can see little details coming into it now that you obviously couldn't see in the other render because the blocks are of a certain size. So you can see like the spikes on his wings, you can see the spikes coming off his tails, you can see his mouth open. You know, so it's a pretty cool thing. So you could just recreate it like this, but that might be like a little bit time consuming because you got to remember every time you do the full distance, that's 255 blocks. That's a lot of placement. So I will show you guys a more sensible size to do would be to just do it 128 blocks long. That's as long as I do mine. So let's go back into Auto Binvox. Let's just delete that one because we don't want that one, but we'll leave the object in there ready to Binvox it. So go batch, leave the file in there, and say we're going to make this 128, which is twice as long as the 64, but it's not as long as 255. So we'll get a good amount of definition, but it won't take us fucking forever. So hit yes, and there we go. There's a file that does look very dragon-like, looks very accurate, but obviously it's not going to take us too long to make. And once you've whipped this up in Minecraft, it will obviously look a lot better. So now you're wondering, well, how do you get it from this stage to being in Minecraft? Well, that bit's the time-consuming part. Obviously, if you just tried to make it like this, it would take you a long-ass time just trying to put every block in place and trying to figure out, like, is the next one above it? Is it below it? Like, how am I supposed to be looking at this to make sure it's all, like, lining up perfectly? But there is solutions. But first of all, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the controls when you're in this program. So if you want to hold down your left click, you'll be able to move around the center point of the render. If you hold down your right click and move to the left to the right, you'll be able to zoom in and out. And if you hold down the middle mouse button, you'll be able to pan it around wherever you want it. You can also do shortcuts X, Y, and Z to change the axis that you're looking at it. Although I prefer Z because it's my favorite like angle to look at it from. And also, obviously, you're still having problems maybe counting your way across. So if you press the A key, this will split it up so that every other block is colored differently, which makes it a lot easier to count your way across. But still, you're asking me, well, you know, it's still going to take a lot of time to try fucking craft this thing in Minecraft. How can I make it easier? But fortunately, this program has got a solution built in. So if you press the S key, it's operating on level 64 right now, but bear with me. It has disappeared, but if you hold down your J key now, you will move down each level of slice. And what slices are is basically a level of the 3D model. So if I slice all the way down, you can see now I'm at the bottom slice and it's just his feet. So you could zoom in on here, you can copy the blocks, make it perfect, and then if you hit K, you'll move up a level. And you obviously have to move up one level off the ground, build the same pattern out, and then do it again and again and again. And it's a very time-consuming process, and I'm just going to pan down so you can see it growing a little bit better. It's a very time-consuming process, but you've just got to do it level by level. Just keep looking, keep making sure everything's lined up perfectly, and just keep moving your way slice by slice, doing each level at a time. And by the time you've got every single slice done, so you can see here we're at the top of the dragon, and we're about to do the spikes there. There's the top of his spikes. And then if I press S again, you can see we will have created in Minecraft an exact replica of the dragon. So you can literally use any object file, any 3D render that you can find. You can whack it into Binvox after a little bit of voxelization and just recreate it step by step in Minecraft. And after you've done, you will be left up with obviously a render in one color, and then just go around the outside blocks, change the colors of them, make it look cool. So for example, this one, if I built it, I would build it all in black wool, and then maybe do white for the tips of his wings, make them nice spiky. Same again for his tail, maybe for his, if I've got any teeth. Yeah, I could do a little bit of white on his teeth, for example, maybe give him some red eyes. You know, so just touch it up a little bit, but that's basically how you do it. And I'll just quickly boot up Minecraft and show you a Slenderman example that I have made in one of my Minecraft worlds. And I hope this tutorial has been helpful to you guys, so I'll see you back here in a second. Alright, welcome back guys, and here is one of the models that I've created using this process. And this is a Slenderman model that I got from free models, the first free model link in the README, and simply crafted it up layer by layer, did each level at a time, made sure everything was nice and symmetrical, because the voxelization process isn't 100% accurate, it's about 98%, so sometimes you may have to add a block, trim a block, but for the most part it's pretty good. So I've left the bottom base as a stone color so that it has like kind of a base to stand on, and the rest of him is just all nicely colored in. So just fly up, you'll see that just doing it layer by layer, it does take a lot of time. This one's 128 blocks high, but you just do it level by level, getting every single detail in place. I did some coloring here, so obviously his skin tone is a different color to his sleeves and his suit. But here we go, and we have a 3D full-sized Slenderman model, complete with tentacles, thanks to this this pretty awesome thing that I found. So obviously the tentacles here took a lot of time to get them right, and I did have to make a few tweaks to what the actual voxelation said they were, but you've just got to use your eye. You can't rely on it completely, but it will give you a pretty good foundation to make some pretty epic things. And why are the creepers sat on my stuff? What's up with that? I hope it doesn't blow up. It didn't blow up, good. So, thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please sub to my personal channel, link will be in the description. All the files that you will need again will be in the description, and please do sub to this channel. We're going to be using this for anything that we, that creative that we scumbags come together and feel like uploading. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you guys next time.